How's it going, Budsters? Working to bring you specifications you can relate to so you can have an educated decision on your purchases. This is one from SK Blades, so thank you to them for providing this knife to the Pass Around group. This one is built by Buck, so you get a full warranty with it, but it's commissioned by SK Blades, so you get something that's going to be a different steel, something that's going to be a different handle. So there's a Micarta handle for it and a D2 blade. So that's one thing that's really great about them. So if you haven't gone over to SK Blades, check them out. I have a Marksman from them, and it's actually really awesome. So check those out. So it's built by Buck, full warranty for them as well. So there's the Buck 212. So there's aluminum, and then it has the micarta. I would prefer more of a matte micarta. This is more of a polish, so it's just a little bit slippery for it. Unlike this one, this is going to be having a little bit more texture for it as far as a micarta scale. But this is going to be one that's in D2. So D2 does have a corrosion resistance that's kind of on the lower side. So you're going to want to make sure you oil the blade, make sure you maintain it. So about sixth percentile for corrosion resistance. Edge retention side about 49th percentile in comparison to like a lot of the super steels out there. So you can also look at it as far as how it's going to be in your hand. So adult women's hand first off, and then we'll also look at the adult male hand to see where that is. So together with the sheath, it's going to be 5.5 ounces. The blade alone is 3.8 ounces. So that's actually not too bad for it. So I didn't notice it when I was really carrying it around. So it's not something that weighs you down a lot for it. $114.99 is the price through SK Blades. It is available now. So if you do want to pick it up, then this would be the one to get. So it's a really nice one for it as far as in hand. It has a good feel to it. One thing that I would actually prefer, because it is a very comfortable blade, it fills up the hand very well, but I personally would prefer not to have these finger notches. So if it did not have it, I think that actually feels better, where you're not kind of forced into a certain position for your hands can kind of lie where or lay where they land where they lie for the knife. So that's personal preference for that. I'd rather just have no grooves in the handle, so just have it be that flat side for it. So 3.6 inches for the blade itself. Clip point, it is a hollow grind throughout the whole blade. So this one actually is about 6 pages. So basically behind edge thickness. So take about 6 sheets of paper out of your printer, and that's going to be how that is behind edge, about 25 thousandths. There's about a 3mm blade stock. So that's 3 millimeters right there before that swedge for this knife. And then also now for this one, it's going to be basically a 90-degree spine. So if you're going to do the ferro rod for it, I will have that back spine, so you can actually strike that rod. And then this one is going to be very, very sharp. This is actually one that I was very surprised by how well it did in comparison to some of the other blades. So this is just a little rod, a little dowel. So this is just really, in comparison to the other knives that I was using and trying to do this little test for it, this kind of goes through it effortlessly for the most part. Now it still is wood, so you're going to have some resistance to it, but it does cut very well. So that's compared to the other fixed blades that I had before. So I do have some new fixed blades that are coming through, so we'll do a little comparison on how those look. So I haven't cut the wood with those, but we'll see how that is as well. The carry on this one is going to be just the kind of that upward carry for the sheath. I personally would prefer a scout carry, because I tried to carry this around basically for it not to really imprint very much. It is fairly close to your body, but with it being an upward position, it does still show the bottom of the sheath sticking out. So where a scout carry is going to be a little bit better, at least for my preference, and it is going to be the QSP Workaholic. So this is going to be one you run your belt through, and then you have a scout carry, which is that horizontal carry. So in comparison on these, we'll look at as far as what this looks like. So this one here There's the Buck. It's the Buck 212. You have the Workaholic. And then also check out basically the person that designed this knife. He is going to be at messerdepot.de, so you can order it directly from the person that designed it, and also get a Kydex sheath for it. So it does come with a leather one, and you can also order a Kydex sheath if you would prefer. Also for one that it's kind of comparable, but it's a folder, the Code 4, so similar blade style. This is going to be a whole lot more comfortable to use than this for more of a cutting task. But then also you do have a new knife out by Mike Emler. So he did send this along as well. So this one is called the Stonefish. So quite a bit bigger for blade, quite a bit bigger for handle. It comes with the Kydex type of sheath for it, and also has this clip for your belt. So very good package for that. More than double the price in comparison to this one here. So that's going to be something that you'd have to determine whether that is worth it to you. But very positive on that, how that holds into that sheath. So for this one here, I would say it's an excellent one, excellent retention, excellent blade. Was a pleasure to use. I would prefer to have a standard blade. I don't like the clip point as much, especially when you're doing more fine work, because that swedge kind of digs in. So if you are putting your finger up there and actually trying to work on it, that does dig in a little bit more than if it was the full blade stock or something a little bit thicker for it. It is really good though. So for me, it would be a borrow because it's a good blade. I don't like the blade style, but you might love it. And then also for the sheath, I would prefer just the Scout Carry Across, because this is something that I'm not going to carry regularly. Also, if you have a really wide belt, it's going to be hard to get this through this slot. Or if you have basically your pack, some type of thing that you can use for that. Just not a really big opening for that. So that's my opinion on it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think for this knife here. And thank you very much for your time. Have a good morning, day, evening, and thank you very much.